Hey, it's Johara. Welcome back to my channel. And I really want to do a readathon, which I've seen people been doing. I'm going to do one by myself because I think most people do them like together, but I don't really know many booktubers. I mean, personally, I've never really talked to any. I watch several, but yeah, I'm a lonely booktuber here. Very lonely. But this is the book I am currently reading. I actually don't know what came first, the book or the TV show. I know the book usually comes before the movie, but I don't know. There's like the Monster High books. I have two different Monster High books. They're both Monster High, but they're both like two different authors, two different storylines, two different set of characters, kind of thing. And I don't know if that came before the movies or not, and I don't know if the series came first or if this came first or what. But I did not like the first book in the series. Usually, I would give up on a series if the first book doesn't get on any book. If the book doesn't interest me in the first half. It took me so long to finish that book. The only reason why I wanted to finish it is so I could read the rest, because I lost my train of thought. Because I actually have already read the third book, and it was an accident. I didn't know it was a part of a series. I just saw it, and it intrigued me because it's also based around the Wonderlandians of the Ever After High universe, and they were always my favorite characters, so I got intrigued and I decided to read it. Turns out it was the third book of the series, so I decided to get the rest. And I'm finally reading them. I've had them for a while now, finally reading them. And the first book was terrible because it was a lot like the first season, and I do not like the first season. But I'm hoping I'll like the other books better. I already know I like the third one. I don't really remember it that well because that was several years ago, but I do know that I enjoyed it. I hope I still enjoy it. I mean, I still enjoy the show, so I don't see why I don't still enjoy the book, but I'm going to see. And I hope I enjoy the second and the fourth because I did not enjoy the first. This one looks like it's going to be a lot to do with the Evil Queen, so it might be similar to the, what season is that? Fourth? Yeah, the fourth season. It might be similar to the fourth season, which I did enjoy because it has to do with the Evil Queen. At least that's what I'm getting from the prologue. I'm curious. But yeah, and also, I mean, Raven and Apple are the main characters of the TV show. They're not my favorites. I mean, I can't stand Apple, but I like Raven. She's still not my favorite though. But I like Ashlyn and Cerise, and they're like in bigger form, so it might be a lot about the two of them, which will make me happy. Then the third book, it was a lot about here, I'll go get the other books to show you. Ugh. This was the first book. See, it's all about the two of them. Can't stand Apple. Hold on, let me find this one thing, and it'll give. She's very selfish and self-centered. I mean, she says that she wants everyone to follow their destiny because if they don't, then their destiny will cease to exist, and everyone from that destiny will disappear. But she doesn't want to do it because she cares about these people. She wants to do it because she wants her happily ever after. That's all she cares about. Her happily ever after. Even if that means other people, like Raven, has to be evil because she's the daughter of the Evil Queen, or if that means Lizzie from the Queen of Hearts' daughter has to be evil. I mean, some people just don't want, or Ashlyn and Hunter, they're in love, but they can't be together because they're not together in their story. Ashlyn's daughter of Cinderella, and Hunter's son of the huntsman. So it's very, and I mean, there's actually, Cerise is proof that you don't disappear if you don't follow your story, because no one knows this yet. But she's actually daughter. Her story. She's daughter of Little Red Riding Hood, and her mom and dad did not follow their story because they ended up married. Her father is the Big Bad Wolf, and no one can know that because it was against the rules, against the law, I guess you can say. But yeah, so I want to show you this one. It was at the end of chapter 16, I believe. Suddenly Apple sad, and it makes me really angry, and it's like the essence of why I hate her. I mean, she's still not my least favorite book character. There's two. I don't know. I think there's not that many book characters that I don't like. I think there's only two other characters I can't stand, and one is Umbridge, which everyone can't stand her, and the other one is Mary Hightower from the wrong trilogy. Skinjacket trilogy. I can't stand her for so many reasons, and I'm gonna stop talking about her right now because if I keep talking about her, I'm gonna start throwing things. I'm gonna start yelling because I can't stand her, and she's the worst character ever in the history of life, and I'm gonna stop now. Okay. Here, she says, but Apple refused to be afraid. Well, maybe she was just a little afraid. Still, once this journey was over, she was certain Raven would be convinced, and Apple's happily ever after secure. See, that proves right there that she doesn't care if everyone else is miserable with their story as long as she gets her stinking happily ever after, and she doesn't deserve her happily ever after. I'm sorry, I don't like her. But anyways, this is the book I'm reading. It's the second book in the series. The reason why I sucked through this horrible, horrible book. It's not my least favorite book. Not even close. My least favorite is Twilight. Second least favorite is probably Hunger Games. I haven't actually read that many books that I don't like, so I usually stay in the fantasy genre, and most books I do like. Because I pick up books that I'm pretty sure I will like. So, not many books I've read that I actually don't like. But this is the book I'm currently reading. Ever After High, the unfairest of them all. This one is the book I read once. I mean, it still shows Raven and Apple there because it is the kind of about them, but it's more about Cedar and Maddie and the other Wonderlandians, because I'm pretty sure Lizzie and Kitty are in it, if I remember correctly. I haven't read it in a while. I think Lizzie and Kitty, Lizzie and Kitty are like huge characters as well. But I remember loving this story because Wonderlandians, Lizzie, Maddie, Kitty, Alistair, and Bunny were always my favorite characters. I also always loved Cerise, and who else did I love? I don't remember who else I loved. This is the fourth book, or Raven. I do love her, and I love Dexter, and Hunter, and Ashlyn. But yeah, Wonderlandians are top. This one is the fourth book, Ever After High, a story collection. Now this one is confusing me because it's actually part of a story. Oh, I don't think it's actually part of this story. I mean, it's from the same author, and it came from, and I got it all in a box set. But I don't think it's actually the fourth book of the series. This actually might be a trilogy, and this is just like extra stories the author decided to do. Yeah. These are all just extra stories, so this one doesn't as interest me. I'm mostly reading this series because I want to get to this one because I really love this one. I hope I like this one. I really do. I hope I do. Especially since it has to do a lot with Cerise and Ashlyn. Ashlyn. But I remember loving this book, and I hope I still do. Oh, and see how most of these books are like, it's all like just black and white on the corners, like it's still a drawing, but it's like black and white. The third book does that too, this one. But this one had colored them in. Look how pretty that is. It's like all pink at the top and then purple at the bottom. And then when you look at it like this, it looks really beautiful. I don't think I have any pages like that in any of my other books. They're all like black and white like most books. But there are books out there that are colored, and this is one of them, and I don't think I've ever had one before, at least not that I remember. I might have, I just don't remember, but, and, I mean, I don't think any of my other books are like that, but it's just so pretty, and this one isn't as pretty, but still is. It's all purple, see, all around, and it's all purple. It's not as pretty. I kind of like the pink and purple mix to it, like if it's pink and then purple's down here, and then it kind of blends in at the middle and makes like, I don't even know what to call it, but it's like beautiful, and I love it. So I don't usually get, until recently, I never really paid attention much to the covers of a lot of my books. Like seriously, how I pick out a book is when I'm looking for a new book. I mean, I do it mostly based on the summary. The summary is what gets me. If the title and cover looks like fantasy, I only pay attention for like a second, and then I look at the summary, and if it sounds like something I would like, that's what gets it. I know a lot of people decide on covers, but I honestly don't. Until recently, I never really had time to pay attention to covers or the pages of a book. I did on a tag. I was like, I have like all these tags I want to do on my phone, but I was thinking, and one of them was something about the prettiest cover, and I started looking, and then I think I found what is my favorite cover of all my books. It's like really gorgeous. Whenever I do that tag, I'll show you, but it's like really pretty, and I never really had time to admire a cover before like that, because I never really cared about the cover. I only cared about the summary. The summary was something that that gave me interest, and the story kept my interest. That's what I cared about. Yeah, I'm not that excited for. I mean, I'm more excited for this one than this one now, because this one was terrible. But I'm still a little curious, because it's like, what kind of like there's an Apple White one. I might just skip that one. I'm not even kidding. If there's characters in here, I mean, there's other characters I don't like. If there's a story for them, then I might just skip it. I'm definitely skipping the Apple one, because I don't care about Apple at all. What stories is there? I wonder if there's a page that says like all the stories. I mean, this book has like all the chapters. This book I'm currently reading, see, it has like all the chapters. So I wonder if this one has like all the story collections. Ooh, there's a map. There's a map. Huh. I know Secrets and Warriors have maps. At least I think they do. Last time I checked, I thought they did. Contents. Yep. These are the. There's only 229 pages. I could finish this in a day. Okay. Let's see. Cedarwood and the End of Summer. Applewhite and the Ebony Hair Legacy. No, don't care about that one. From the Desk of Applewhite. There's another Applewhite one, really? No. I hate her. Raven Queen and the Mirror Prison. Briar Beauty and the Jewelry Thieves. From the Desk of Briar Beauty. Madeline Hatter and the Upside Down Day. I think I like that one because I love Maddie. She's one of my favorites. From the Desk of Madeline Hatter is Maddie again, so I'm sure I'll like it. Ashley and Ella and the Mysterious Woodsman. I think I like that one. I think that's going to end up being about Ashley and Hunter. Mysterious Woodsman, Ashley and Ella. I can see it. They're in a secret relationship. Well, the secret comes out, obviously, in the series. I don't know if it will in the books, but we'll see. From the Desk of Ashley and Ella. I wonder what that even means. From the Desk of Ashley and Ella? Like, I'm curious. There's one for Apple, Briar, Maddie, and Ashley. Like, what is it? I'm curious. I'm going to see if I can find one, what it is. This is the Applewhite one. Okay, from the Desk of Applewhite. One reflection, wake the gnome. What? One reflection, wake the gnome tracks. Oh, okay. It's just like. This is like her CD, like all the songs she loves. Like. Okay, that one I don't really care about. I wonder if it's like all of their songs they like. Like, it doesn't have one for Raven, but it has one for Briar. So what is? Ah! What happened to my page? It's like all dog-eared. I don't dog-ear my pages, and I've never opened this book. Like, what? Who did that? That makes me upset. Okay, let's see. From the Desk of Briar Beauty. Party ideas. So they're all different. Like, Apple's was like her favorite music. This is like a journal saying all her party ideas, and she's a big partier. Maddie. Let me see what Maddie says, because I'm all curious now. From the Desk of Madeline Hatter. Okay, it's a menu from her dad's tea shop. Of like all the, well, tea and hat shop, because he's the Mad Hatter. What's Ashlyn's? Because there was one for Ashlyn, wasn't there? From the Desk of Ashlyn and Ella. Sustainable Logging Lumberjack Calendar. Get to know your local lumberjacks. What is a calendar, I guess, or dates on a calendar. I don't know. Okay, so after the Ashlyn one is Hunter Huntsman and the Forest Maiden. I'm probably just going to skip all those. From the Death of blank. Dexter Charming and the Yellow-Eyed Changeling. Darlene Charming and the Razor L. Lizzie Hearts and A Home for Hedgehogs. I think I love that one too because I love Lizzie. From the Desk of Lizzie Hearts. Kitty Cheshire and the Trixie Day. From the Storybook of Legends, The Tale of Two Sisters. Now that one does have to do with the series I'm currently reading because, or at least in the first book, I don't know if they'll mention it in the second or third. In the first book, they kept mentioning it because it's like this lost story that, and one of them didn't sign the Storybook of Legends, and then she just kind of disappeared, and Raven and Apple were trying to find her to see if she actually went poof, and if her and her sister went poof, or if they're still alive and just hiding and no one knows. Yeah, this will take me in, like, I could read this in a day, especially since I'm going to be skipping the Apple one and all the From the Desk of blank. I might read the Maddie one because I love Maddie, and the Lizzie one because I love Lizzie. But yeah. I'm kind of intrigued for a couple of the stories at least. But yeah, I hope this book doesn't disappoint. I know this book won't because I know I liked it once. I hope I still do. I'm sure I will because I still like the show, so why wouldn't I still like the book? But I hope this one doesn't disappoint because I've never read this one. I'm a little upset. The only hardcovers I have are these. I prefer hardcovers over paperback, but I will get paperback if there aren't any hardcovers. That's why I have these. And I don't mind paperback. It's better than ebook or audiobook. I mean, if you like ebook and audiobook, that's fine. Me personally, for audiobook, I have my own issues because I don't like a story being told to me. I like to read it. I feel like I grasp it better, if that makes any sense. I just like to read it myself. And I just talk about audiobooks. Ebooks, I only read books online if it's Wattpad because most Wattpad books aren't physical books, so it's like you can only find them on Wattpad, except for a couple that got published. Well, there's only one I can even think of that got published from Wattpad. And I don't even read on Wattpad that often. I usually just write books. I have read books, and there are books I want to read on there, but I still haven't gone to. I don't know if I ever will, to be honest. And books I did like and I want to reread at times. Like this really good Ever After High series. There's a lot of books on there. There's a lot of fan fiction on there, and that's what I usually read. And that's why it's like not published because it's like I only read ebooks. Well, it's not really ebooks. I mean, it kind of is because it's like on your device, but it's on Wattpad, and it's like they're fan fiction. So that's like the only time I'll read on a device if I'm reading fan fiction. But yeah, I prefer a real book, whether it's hardback, paperback. Hardback is my first choice, but if they don't have hardback, I'm not gonna wait till they get hardback. Cause who knows when that's gonna be? I'll get the paperback. I'm not that stubborn. I'm a little confused about what reading vlogs really are. So I want to try one. So, reading vlog, I think, is what you basically do when you like read like several books on a week, and then throughout the week you just update like how it's going for your reading. I mean, I could be doing that right now. I could update you guys on how these books are going. I hate this book, and tomorrow I'm going to do a whole video on just this book. It won't be about the rest of the books. Just this book, because that's what I'm doing. Like, I read one book, tell you about it, which is what I've been calling my insights videos. I've been calling them insights because like insights in the book. I read an entire series. After each book, I give you a video about the book, my feelings on it, what I liked, what I disliked, and just give you like a real insight about what the book is about. And then I do that with each book throughout the series. So book 2, book 3, and book 4. I'll even do this one, even though it's a little bit different. This is a storybook collection thing. I'll do this one too, because why not? That's what I was saying. And then afterwards, I do a video about the entire series as a whole. Like, I won't get too into the details of each book. Just tell you how the series is as a whole, how they connect, and stuff like this. which I did that with my Monster High Girlfriend series, and I'm going to do that when I reread my other Monster High series, because that one I don't really remember that much. I read it once or twice. My Monster High Girlfriends I've read several times, and it's a really easy and fast read, so I remember it really well. And I liked it more than the other series. But this series, I don't remember as much. I'm going to reread it and then do that for you there. I did that with, I'm currently doing that with Seekers. I have the first 3 videos. The first 2 are the first 3 books I've done. First 2 books you can find on my other channel, Harry Potter Girl. The reason why it's on that channel is because I originally only had one channel, and it was for like everything, movies, TV shows, books. But then my mom made me realize that like not all readers like TV, and not all TV people like to read. So I split them up, and this is just my book one. But I couldn't, like, I already deleted those videos, so I had to like keep them there. And the Skinjacker trilogy I finished. I think the first book, I think, or maybe first 2 books. First book, no, I think it's just the first book. The first book review or insight, whatever it's called, is on my other channel as well. Yeah, so yeah, I think this is the one that has to do with the entire series. Because I kind of already, I did that one first instead of rereading it, which I probably should have done, but oh well. And I want to do that with effigies when I reread that. I want to reread them before I do them because there's a lot I don't remember, honestly. I mean, effigies is, I think I really liked it, and even though I only read it once, I think there's a lot I do remember, because it's not like it was that long ago since I read it either. So I think I might be able to do it. I should probably do it soon though, before I do start forgetting things and have to reread it, because I also want to read new books. I want to read Amber and the Ashes, which I own the first book. I don't own the other books yet. I want to read Ash Princess, which I own the first book. I want to finish Warriors, but first I want to reread what I've already read. I read the first arc and the second arc, and there's like 6 arcs, and they're making a 7th arc, and there's all those super editions and the mangas, and I need to figure. And my friend who's already read them all gave me a sheet of paper a while ago that has them all in order. So I'm gonna read them all in order, and then yeah, I'm gonna do that.